This is going to be a rather short video. Um, I don't really have a lot to talk about. Um, kind just kind of, I'm just kind of losing motivation. That's all. Uh, main reason why I have been losing motivation is generally because of my mental health. My ping is really bad today. Why is it like 800 ping? Or like 8,000 when I'm alone in the server? Emptiest, most emptiest server and I'm like having 800 ping. Lately Roblox, then no. Um, I just, I'm having really bad ping today. Oh, um, so far, life has been rather weird. I, there's a lot of personal issues on my end. It's just, it's just kind of adding up, I guess. Some might say you should just take care of them one by one. Uh, easy as it sounds, or whatever the hell. Um, I am in fact trying. It's just that my priorities keep switching back and forth because of said problems. I could be dealing with what one problem and then a bigger problem arises. That one that needs urgent attention or whatever the hell it is. It could be an emergency. But then I would try to deal with that and then another one comes up and then another one. By the time I'm already done with one, there's several more that I have to go over. I'm not saying that I'm gonna discontinue all my projects that I have or have planned in my mind for a really long time. The temptation of just never coming back is really strong. Maybe, could you really blame me? Um, I don't like how laggy this is. My CPU is exploding. It's my CPU is 40%, by the way. So this is definitely a little laggy. Uh, well, I don't know why his Roblox is acting up today. I don't really recall having anything like it. Or maybe my Wi-Fi is just bad today. Or maybe the Roblox server is just buns. Oh. Should probably not step on his desk. I like that there's a whole wall dedicated to Rebecca. It's different. I don't know why, but I find this whole wall of Rebecca really weird. Somewhat weird because it just, I don't know, man. It fucking reminds me of like like those people, like those obsessed people. on, I don't know, yeah, on some fan fiction type shit. I don't know, gay people. Gay people. What am I saying? It just reminds me of those characters that are too obsessive, you know. So they have like a whole plaster, a whole section of the person they like. Like, what? I can click something. What? Oh, the coffee. I got a hot chocolate. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm not accusing this person who made this of anything. Just heads up. I'm not accusing them of anything. It's just my mild opinion. Uh, I think I very briefly had a tiny interaction on Twitter. I remember I made something related to Sean's birthday. You know, my birthday was on March 8th, and I still have a really long video to plan. But the thing is, I'm too lazy to edit. I finished editing it or recording it at March 7th. I didn't bother to do much after that. Um, it's March 10th right now, so yeah. Um, um, it's- Sean's birthday is on February 20, 20, 25. How come I remember Sean's birthday, but I don't remember the people I like's birthday? What? I'm trying to remember this one person's birthday, but I can't remember it. It's something on April. Huh. I guess that's somewhere with a goldfish. Oh yeah, I forgot. I went off topic. Oops. Um, I pinged, I tagged them, and and I asked what flavor of choc. I asked Sean, parody account, um, on what cake he liked, and I begged the guy to say chocolate cake because I don't know, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they have a whole different timeline, or I mean, not timeline, time zone. Shit. This is what happens when you're into Undertale early age. Instead of time zones, I say timelines instead. Okay. Pretty sure we have a different time zone. Um, yeah. So by the time I asked that question, it was like already late for me, while it was maybe perhaps daytime for them. I don't know because they reply rather at night, during night, when by the time I posted that or asked them about it. I'm not complaining, okay? I'm not complaining if it sounds like that. Um, I don't know why, but bro, who is? I don't want to talk with this guy. Not a person that I wanna really talk to. Just personal issues, but it's nothing that serious. Um, uh, jeez. To be honest, I kind of wanted to tag them and say it's my birthday, or just say that, hey, can you say happy birthday to me? Yeah, I would really. I don't know. Like I thought about doing that, but I got really embarrassed, so I didn't do it. So I ended up not doing it. Jeez, makes me just thinking about it makes me really upset. No, oh, wait, not upset, not upset, embarrassed. Fuck, where did upset come from? Jeez. I can't really talk, can I? Made me. I got embarrassed, so I then ended up not doing it or going along with it. Um, 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 um. I don't really like how Roblox is going. They're deleting a lot of the stuff, so I have to buy everything I can. Like this is coming from someone who relies on pure donations. I don't. I'm poor, okay? I can't buy Robux, okay, bro. So I have to rely on people to give me some. Shit, that sounds bad. Um, I have a really cool Data Gen cosplay. Um, that I really wanna get so badly. I really wanna get my Data Gen cosplay. I watched Skating Grease, yesterday. Maybe I should watch the old videos as well. Because right now the remake or whatever the hell content is too little for me to get a better grasp of a series. Uh, yeah. But I know it's cancelled. That's what I know. I know it's cancelled. I really do hope the creator is doing okay. Uh, because I heard some crazy shit on Twitter, dog. I have a Game Pass which I kept public. Please, Speed, I need this. Please, 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 please. Okay, I need to shut up. I would probably get my detergent console, but it costs too much, and I don't have enough. Okay. Maybe if I still don't have enough by the end of the last date, I'll probably buy it. I'll probably buy it. I have like 500 Robux, and it costs 300. The thing is, I don't wanna like spend that much because after I buy all that, I'm gonna have only 100 left over. And I don't want 100 left over because I also have like other stuff that I do want to buy in the future. Um, so I'm really contemplating it. Cosplays are so expensive for some reason, dude. Because I have like other characters that I want to make, or you know. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Well, a little bit of pickle. Um, I do appreciate donations. The most person that has donated to me was like at least 1.5K. I appreciate it by a lot. Um, Mainly because they donated to me out of empathy, I think, because I went through something that caused them to donate to me. I am grateful, okay? I am grateful, okay, dog? Um, what am I doing, dog? I have bought other. In the midst of the panic, I have bought some fucking crazy ass shirts. Jeez. Maybe, maybe I should buy my DataGen cosplay just right before the shit goes out. As much as I like to spend more on my personal stuff, I rather I'd rather buy something that I don't want to like regret in the future for not buying. I'm sure there will be something. Since only premium members who have at least 1,000 or 12,000 premium, I don't remember exactly, are only able to um sell clothes, sell 2D clothes. I can see the prices skyrocketing. So by the time um it's out, the update is out, um people people who have or can upload those things will have to increase their price because I'm pretty sure they're increasing the price as well for uploading 2D clothes as well. I believe so, but I don't remember. And especially since now it's gonna be very limited. Outfits are gonna be very limited. Several outfits are gonna be limited. So I can imagine how that would go. Um, Best you can do is maybe have your own uploads for personal use or something. I don't know. I don't know, okay? I got no clue how that works. But I do know it works. Um, Jeez. I don't know who else I'm gonna beg for Robux, dog. One of my friends who primarily gives me Roblox, commissions, um, they low-key quit Roblox and they low-key didn't fulfill any of my promises that they have sworn they would do. It's okay. I already have my parents who don't fulfill their promises, so this does not hit that art. I don't care anymore, I guess. In fact, I wish to Loki die because that child is living his life right now. Just relaxing. I don't know. Not relaxing per se, but he's doing his own shit. Is it okay to start slowly disliking your friends after a while? Because that has been happening, and that is like is slowly growing into hate. Just hate. I'm trying to get my mind off maybe playing Grace for a while, but even Grace is starting to frustrate me. Even Grace is starting to piss me off. Not not that much, but just mildly irritates me to the point that I want to kill myself. I'm being dramatic, okay? I'm being dramatic. It's just that anything is, the smallest things are starting to like tick me off. And you could say maybe just take a break from the internet, dog. If I take a break from the internet, I'll be dead by tomorrow. There's so many inconvenience in my life, dog. I don't know how long I'll be yapping for, dog. Finals are coming up, and I don't really have the intentions to study. I know that sounds bad, but the thing is, I don't give a fuck, dog. I don't really care if I repeat a grade. I already repeated one, so what's the harm in repeating another one? I don't care. I don't wanna ever grow up, dog. One thing I hate about birthdays is that it's never about me, even when it's my birthday. And also, I have grown up, and I don't like growing up. I don't want. I don't want to be older. I want to be younger. I want to keep being the age that I was. I am not disclosing my age in public. You will never catch me stating my age in public. Even if I turn into an adult, I'm just gonna say I'm an adult. That's it. You don't need to know my specific age. I used to really talk about my age in public, but I kind of learned a hard lesson. I kind of learned it the hard way, so now I don't talk. So I don't ever mention my age in public for many reasons. I only disclose my age to my friends, um, or if it's needed for a situation. Um, and I also request several of my friends to not disclose my age in public without my consent as well. I don't like people who just say my age in public without my consent or try to assume that I'm a certain age, you know? I had someone assume that I was 13, and they said that in a public Discord server. How, and I just got really uncomfortable. Um 13 is the worst age you could possibly assume that I am, especially the fact that in this specific server I almost got groomed. So you just saying my age blatantly out like that, and a serious age that's too fucking young. Even if even if I was 13, and even if 13-year-olds can be on Discord. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's about it. I don't like people because it makes me insanely uncomfortable. Um, a bit of a hot take, or warm take, as you will. I don't like people. I don't like people who use the term barely legal in situations of like not safe for work. I don't like the barely legal term as much as I like to stay out of not safe for topics and um no problem if it's adults and adults, if this is between two unrelated adults consenting. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. But hearing the term barely legal is kind of crazy to hear. Barely legal just refers to a person who is turning 18 or is has just turned 18. It has some gross implications and also directly involves questionable behaviors. Look, man, I, I said nothing about age play because half the time it's between two consenting adults and there is absolutely no minors involved. But barely legal. Are you serious? Barely legal. You're just barely pushing the boundaries of or when to involve minors and when to not involve minors. The fuck? Because with like age play, it's only between two consenting adults who are maybe around the same age. But with this with this barely legal type shit, it's done between 18 or a 30-year-old. 18 and a 30-year-old. The fuck? or like or like 18-year-old that has just turned 18. I don't like you do you, but I don't know, man. Just hearing a 30-year-old having sex with a 18-year-old who just turned 18. I don't know, it feels icky. It feels iffy, and the fact that you also use the term barely legal just makes it even worse. And don't get me wrong, I also heard, I also literally heard other people, other 30-year-olds, all, who also say that this is weird. God, my mic is too close to my mouth. And I breathe a little too loud. Oops. Um, I don't know, man. Just 'cause you turned 18 doesn't make you 18. You're still a teenager. You are still a teenager, even when you're 18 or 19. Um, Teenagers are like around the age of like um 13 to wait. Let me think for a second. Um, Teenagers are like around the age of 13 till 19. And there is no buts or ifs. That is the truth. And if you just try to argue with me, I'm just gonna label you as a creep, dog. Because when I say teenager, I don't mean, I'm not calling 18-year-olds or 19-year-olds children. They're still teens, dog. They're still teenagers. Mainly, um, mainly because you still have the word teen when you say 18 or 19. It's a technicality, not like ah. I don't know how to explain it in the best words possible. Um, because 13 has a teen in the end, and so does 18 and 19. So you are still a teenager because that's what teenagers are called. They're called teenagers because they have like teen behind their like and keep that fact in mind because when people hear teenager, they often think of like 15 or 14 or even 16, you know, just those age. And yeah, in that context, it does make sense to assume that a person, when they say teenager, is often referring to a minor. Um, and sometimes these not safer workspaces try to use that term. They try to use, oh yes, I'm having sex with a teenager. I'm being so dead ass. I'm being so fucking dead ass right now. Using that in that context, it can go it can go in different wildly ways. Neither you can get arrested, or I don't know, but don't use those terms like that. Don't use those terms like that because it's an it will get you in trouble. It will land you in trouble. Don't use those terms, please. They were made with a purpose, and they're not meant to be your fantasy purposes because it can get into very questionable situations. To be honest, if I was 30, if I was 30, you would never catch me trying to fuck with the 18. You will never catch me doing that shit, dog. This is and I'm like a teenager, okay? A minor. I'm a minor. And if a 12-year-old wanted to date me, you will never catch me doing that. Or if a 13-year-old wanted to date me, you will never catch me doing that. Okay? I'm an older teenager. Um, And you will never catch me dating a young teenager. Okay? Like that's the type of shit I'm talking about. You will never, you will never catch me doing that because it just feels iffy. And obviously, I'm not trying to shame people who do. It's just that there's a massive maturity difference. Maturity difference. Even if it may seem like even if the difference is a year or two, there there's still a massive maturity difference. Okay, I don't think 2 year or 3 year age gaps are really bad if you are an adult. But when it comes to like when you're both minors, it can get very questionable. It can get a bit iffy because there's a massive age maturity difference. Yeah, maturity. There's a massive maturity difference. But when you're like an adult, you reach to a point that's similar. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, even if there's still a maturity difference, but even when you're an adult, it's just that you're an adult and you have an adult mind. But when it comes to children, you have a child mind and even more less, even more mature mindset, and that's where the problem like arises. If you meet someone, but if you're 18 and meet someone who is 3 years younger than you, then I don't think you should be allowed to, even if it's a 3 year difference. Because the time you met is when they are a minor and while you are an adult. The time you met also really matters. If you know them even when you were not like before you were at least not 18 yet, then it would kind of make sense um because it's just the same argument between 17 and 18 shouldn't date type shit. 17 and 18 they should be allowed to date. I don't know about you people, but there is barely a difference between 18 and 17, dog. There's barely any difference if I'm being honest. Huh. You by the time you're 18, you are still mature. You're going more mature, you know. Your brain is developing, but I don't think you would be any better than when you were 17, if I'm being honest. Give it more time, dog. Give your brain a bit more time. And I don't even have my frontal lobe developed, bro. I don't even have my full brain developed at all. I think, in fact, my brain is shrinking. But even I have more sense of thinking. I have more self-aware. I think more. I think more. I am thinking more. I can comprehend complex ideas. Okay? And I don't have my frontal lobe developed. Think about when I have my frontal lobe developed. I will be unstoppable. Okay? That's the only good thing when you're growing up. Okay? The only single good thing. Oh, I keep checking the playlist because I'm paranoid as hell because this is a public server. Uh, I had to yawn. My bad. I'm gonna probably yap more as long as I can, at least. Um, yeah. Uh, I I am still continuing my ARG. It's just that my ARG has a pre-prologue now. Um, the main part is on hiatus. What the fuck? I could pronounce it just right earlier. Why can't I pronounce it now? Hiatus on a break, basically. Temporarily, because mainly I lost all my files. Number two, I cannot work on my PC. I cannot make videos on my PC. It's just a big no for me. Um, so I'm working on a free prologue that leads to it, which I like to call Project Dreams. Dreams. Um, it's still in a work of process, and I'm still actively working on it while occasionally taking a break. Um, uh, the reason why I can working on it is because I can work on it. It's not going to be a video. It's not a video or anything. It's just like a site. I'm using a site to work on it, like a website. Um, where you would have to maybe do some puzzles or figure out some certain things. But eventually it will lead you to the main channel. It's the end. Yeah, I spoiled it a bit, but I don't really care. Not a lot of people are watch my videos anyways. Um, Recording videos like this is also a pretty good practice because I will be recording videos with my voice in the future for my ARG. So it's also a good practice for me to get more used to being in front of a camera and maybe improve my voice acting a bit. I mean, I'm not trying to like have my protagonist doesn't have much of a different voice. Maybe slightly lighter, slightly lighter than my voice. Because um I don't really strive to sound really different, honestly. Um, because my protagonist is a self-insert of me, basically, I guess. It's supposed to be my representation of my own feelings, and I mean, that's that's what it basically is with most ARGs. That's what really that most ARGs feature a protagonist that the creator itself themselves have inserted themselves into. That's what it basically is. That's what makes it so intriguing, I guess. Nonetheless, still pretty good. Nonetheless, the ARGs are still good. Um, Not that there's anything bad with it, and you should probably also maybe create original characters. You don't have to like, oh my god, and I cannot word anything right for some reason because I'm really tired right now. I have been tired since morning. Um, I have I'm just exhausted. Like I'm just really exhausted. 4 weeks on end. I am struggling to keep my eyes open, but even then I cannot go to sleep for some reason. Hashtag insomnia. Um, I am trying, okay, gang. I do want to get more rest, but sometimes everything just keeps me awake and I don't know what to do about it. Oh my god, for a second I thought the temperature was 40 Celsius. Jeez. It's 32 Celsius. I'm just leaning back against my chair, okay, bro? I'm just leaning all the way back on my chair, okay? As I just yap. That's my ass off. Um, honestly, I don't know what else to do because I want to make more plans. I'm trying to make more plans. I do have the idea plastered in my mind. Problem is, I don't know how what to do. Even if I have a plan, I don't know how to execute it properly. When I do projects, I usually go with the flow. I don't like to think that hard. I make very rough ideas and plans and just go with the flow. If I want to make changes, I will make changes and go along with it. Okay? It's just that I usually have a rough idea of the ending or the middle part or sorry, from the beginning to the end. I have a really rough idea of what I want to do. And those rough ideas can change, okay? They can change, a plot can change. The scariest part about making this ARG is that I'm afraid the ending will be unsatisfying. Not for the viewers, but also for myself, because there's so much ideas I wanna import, and I'm afraid how it will go. I'm afraid of the ending that I will get with the way I'm doing things. I'm afraid that I will regret it in the later future. Um, because I really have a really complex idea for my ARG. It's complex for a very specific reason, and I don't know. I don't really know how to code or make anything like freakishly scary. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. But at least I have friends. I know a coder. I know a guy who can do Python. Maybe I'll ask him for a couple of tips. I don't want to really reach out for help or something. If I'm going to be unfamiliar in a field, I'm probably going to ask one of my friends for tips. Then just ask him to do one thing for me. Because I like to do things on my own. It makes me feel better. I do kind of I do kind of have my commissions open as of now. But the prices are going to be low because I'm drawing traditionally than just digitally, and it will the pictures will be taken from my camera, from my shitty ass camera. The reason I don't really want to do digital right now is because all I have is my computer. I can't draw with the mouse, okay? It's too hard. And my keyboards and my shit sucks too. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'll do something with it, I guess. My parents have been trying to promise me a phone or something, but when I asked for a decent one, they just shut me down. And then, no, they never mention it. Worst, worst thing when you have a parent who does not even want to spare a single cent to you on you because they're too fucking stingy when it comes to you. I have really stingy parents, um, who are very stingy when it comes to my needs. They constantly get me the most cheap items while they get rather expensive items for themselves. I am being so dead ass. Um, mainly because they view me as useless. Um, because I don't really have that much of achievements. I'm struggling with school and exams and so on. So because of that, they don't want to award me. They wanna give me the cheapest items. So they don't even feed me, by the way. So I get like less awards, less items. It just feels like a shitty quest. Like a shitty game. Love love and rewards are conditional. Very conditional. And the people who try to I don't think if you are going to say that your love is unconditional when it's actually conditional, then you're just lying. People who try to make seem like conditional love is supposed to be normal are people who never went through it and just want an excuse. Just want to hate on other people. If you really did love your child or whatever hell unconditionally, then why are there conditions? Why are there conditions? Why would you love someone unconditionally? That's one thing. Lately, I'm trying to play games. I'm trying to play a story game. ARG. No, not what the fuck? Not ARG. RPG. Oh, guess I was so stuck in my mind. I'm trying to play a RPG with a storyline, with a heavy storyline based gameplay. It's also Rogue as well. With the storyline is just uninteresting. It's uninteresting as hell. Don't get me wrong. I think for a RPG is actually pretty good. The gameplay was is pretty good. The gameplay, the NPCs is really good. It feels lively. It feels alive, and it's good. But when it comes to the storyline, it feels rather blank. It feels pathetically predictable. Um, I'm half. I'm still early in the game, but it feels awfully predictable. I want like a better dialogue. I kind of wish for better dialogues for a better writing, honestly. Because everything is just bad and doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna name it yet because I still need to form more of a solid opinion, but that's just my basic opinion. Um, because well, in the middle of the current story, is me going to like a town, a city that's based on like an ice mountain, frost something, and turns out that people think it's like cursed. And you talk to the mayor, and the mayor's like, "Oh, okay, bro, figure that out for myself, gang. I'm not doing this shit." And you find the culprit who does it, and it's some chick that's using fire magic, who's like trying to melt the entire mountain. Okay. Okay, bullshit, I guess, but it's okay. We fight that girl. She surrenders and just nonchalantically says, "Oh yeah, I won't do it again. See ya." What? Are you giving up that? What the fuck? She apparently she's doing it because her father was arrested. Um, and then they didn't give any reason, so she's trying to lash out on a different colony region, a region that didn't even have any association, billion association. And then when that happens, she's just like nonchalantly saying, "Yeah, okay, I'll leave this dog. Goodbye, see you never." The fuck? That's such a plain, basic as dialogue, and there is no conflict, barely any conflict. This shit feels rather the storyline feels very plain and basic compared to the gameplay. Like, no matter how good the gameplay is, if the story is ass, that game is not lasting very long. It's not lasting very long because when you even if you had ass gameplay but you have a really good storyline, you are still gonna last. You are still going to last out because people would rather appreciate a 10 out of 10 storyline than a boring ass 0 out of 10 storyline, dog. I just kind of like I kind of wish I just wish whoever created that game would hire a better writer. Genuinely just hire or I don't even know if they have a writer in the first place. It's so ass. I'm wondering if they have a writer in the first place. Need to hire a writer or hire a better one because this is not good. Obviously, I'm giving the team a bit like this team a benefit of the doubt. Maybe the story will probably will get better. Or maybe more dialogues will come because it is a somewhat old game, somewhat. So there's still a lot of things. Maybe there's things. Maybe it's just the old story, and they have significantly upgraded it. You know, gotta give benefit of the doubt. Um, I don't know what to do. Genuinely, I don't know where to start. I don't know when I should end it. It's just a messy clump in my mind. I think I'm gonna end the video here because I don't know, maybe I'll play something else or maybe I'll just talk to my friends. Even if they're not available, whatever the hell it is. Take care people, take care folks. Don't forget to love yourself.